Jessica, we should talk about the Saudi tour, which is going to be a big one for FloBikes. It's a 2.1 UCI race. And talking about gravel, the first stage has gravel in it. Now, there are three stages in this five-stage race that suit the sprinters. And that stage one already kicks off with a gravel section that they have to navigate before they get to the finish. Now, 2 years ago, when the ASO ran its first edition of the Saudi tour, it was based around Riyadh, the capital of Saudi Arabia. And now we have this stage race based in the northwest of the country in Alula. And that's a UNESCO heritage area. And it looks like something you'd see in Petra, Jordan, these churches and cathedrals carved out of stone, these big structures out in the middle of the desert. It's truly an amazing place. We're going to get treated to some good racing, but also good visuals as well, beautiful landscapes in Saudi Arabia. This is part of this whole Middle Eastern swing. Teams are out there in the UAE tour, Saudi Arabia, and I heard today from the people at the ASO runs the Tour de France that they're going to be bringing on the Tour of Oman again as well. That's another popular race, and these races play much more significance now in cycling because we have other races that have been canceled, like the Tour Down Under and the Tour de San Juan, Tour Down Under in Australia, Tour de San Juan in Argentina. So you're going to see a lot of those top stars that would have been racing in the Tour Down Under or the Tour de San Juan coming into the Saudi Tour, coming into the Tour of Oman. We don't have official start list yet, but you can imagine some of the big riders will be lining up. Now, let's just go through some of the teams that are on the start list for the 2022 Saudi Arabia Tour. That includes 8 World Tour teams with Bahrain victorious Bor Hansgrohe, and we also have some some Pro Tour teams in there as well with Alpecin Phoenix, the team of Matthew van der Poel. Wouldn't it be great if he was there? I don't think he will be there. We will see back Nasser Bohani. 2 years ago, it was Nasser Bohani and Phil Bauhaus going head to head with Mark Cavendish back in the Bahrain team at the time, trying to help Phil Bauhaus, and he did succeed with 2 stage wins in the final overall. Well, Nasser Bohani, the Frenchman's back to try to win more stages. So too will be Caleb Ewan. So too will be Dylan Groenewegen in new team colors with Bike Exchange, with the help, we heard inside information, from Lawson Craddock, also a new team member in that team as well. So a lot to be excited about in this upcoming Middle Eastern swing.
And my understanding is that you are going to be there for the entire stage, correct? For all the stages?
Yeah, that's going to be a stamp on my passport I don't have yet, Saudi Arabia. So I was looking forward, and I asked the organizer if I could get an extra day or two in the capital city of Riyadh. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be pretty tight with the scheduling if we go also to Muscat for the Tour of Oman. Been to Oman several times. I love Oman. It's a beautiful country. Saudi Arabia will be pretty cool to check out. I've seen Qatar, seen Bahrain, seen the UAE before, but this is going to be a new slice and another stamp in the old passport. I should mention on the 4 stages on tap, we have stage 4 Sky Views, and that's an uphill finish. It has a strong kick at the end. So it's not just going to be a sprinter's race like we saw back in 2020 in the first edition. This second edition's going to have a stage in there that's going to allow some of those rouleurs, some of the climbers to really mix it up and stick it to the fast boys to try to win the overall classification. Jessica?
Yeah, and then also when you're mentioning stage 1 that has that long, those 8 meter, or was it about 8 meters of gravel or so? Is that the stage that has like the 22% climb, like towards the end of the stage, if I remember the profile correctly?
Yeah, the road sounds like it's 8 meters wide. Now we need to get the details on that. Actually, the distance of the gravel here, I had it in my notes, but I've lost it as we're speaking here. I think it's around 7 kilometers of gravel, but I lost it for a minute. But it's a significant gravel section. Should see some real dust kicking up out there, and that's what we love to see as well. Now, then the climb comes in stage 4. That's the climbing stage.
Nice. Well, we are looking forward to seeing that again live and on demand on FloBikes in the US and Canada. And Gregor, I am so envious of all your travels. And again, hopefully, things calm down with Corona at some point this year, and maybe I can join you out there in Europe. But in the meantime, why don't we sign out? And I want to see your amazing travels and share some of the camp experiences that you had with us.
Time to go. We're leaving the Quick Step team camp and on to another one. Team Jumbo-Visma, that's the team today. Team of Primoz Roglic, Walt Van. What happened to the sunshine? I thought it's always sunny here on the Costa Blanca in Spain. I'm gonna go find that team. They're out training on these roads, and then we're gonna sit down and interview the stars. It's a bit of a race against time today because the team gave us a couple of GPS points where we could find the riders along their training route today. And the first point, they're supposed to pass at 10:15. I left the hotel kind of late, had an extra coffee. My GPS says I get there at 10:21. Fingers crossed. I'm on schedule. I'm due to be there at 10:11. They should be coming through any minute now because I passed them earlier up on the road. Got Sepp Kuss in there, Primoz Roglic, Tom Dumoulin and Jonas Vingegaard unfortunately are at home, so they're not here at the camp. But still, those boys in yellow and black are back. This is the squad. We're gonna see them any minute. And check it out, there they are. This is the 2022 version of Jumbo-Visma on a training ride. They look rather relaxed. Hey. I think that's Primoz Roglic. Well, that was pretty cool because they ended up doing intervals up and down this stretch of road. We got a good look at some of the riders that are gonna be in the 2022 team and on to winning races, because this is one of the most successful teams in cycling. For many years, it was Team Sky Ineos that dominated the Grand Tour landscape. Then Jumbo-Visma came along and we saw Primoz Roglic out there. He hasn't won the Tour de France, but he's dominated in the Vuelta a España. And this year could be the year that he comes back and wins the Tour de France. The riders are heading back to the hotel right now. We're following them a little bit, and then I'm heading into Alicante because it's time for some lunch. And I already know what I want, some grilled squid. That looks all right, and just what I wanted. Warm too on this cold day. I love this little town, Alicante. It's got the ocean over there and it's got this huge rock up there. Check it out. That's called Santa Barbara. And 2 years ago when I came to the Jumbo-Visma camp, I hiked up there. It's a beautiful view of all the Costa Blanca.
Please turn half right in 300 meters.
And now it's raining. One more stop before I head out to the team camp, and you know it's coffee time. Now we gotta go. Place is enormous. Look at the swimming pool down there. Too bad it's not a sunny day. I gotta get over there because I have to see the doctor. Another coronavirus test. Negative, right, Doc? Yes. Negative. Good thing. Don't have coronavirus test. This time, he stuck it in my mouth and up my nose. The combination. Interviews are being knocked out. Just finished with Sepp Kuss here. Also had Primoz Roglic a little bit earlier. Yeah. Super friendly guy. Super friendly. He's going to win the Tour this year, he told me. And then waiting on Wout van Aert and Robert Gesink, and it's going to wrap up the day here for Jumbo-Visma. Well, didn't speak to Robert Gesink. However, it was a successful media day there at Jumbo-Visma, speaking with Primoz, Wout van Aert, and Sepp Kuss. And Primoz Roglic, so relaxed, and he was just in a great mood, and I think that he thinks that this year could finally be the year that he could win the dang Tour de France. Sepp Kuss will be there, Wout van Aert will be there, and those guys are rallying around Primoz Roglic with the addition of new riders like Rowan Dennis as well, so bringing some big firepower
into the team. The team has a lot of goals, including Wout van Aert in the classics, but the big one's going to be the Tour de France, pushing for Wout van Aert for those stage wins in the green jersey, and Primož Roglič to finally get the yellow jersey.